Welcome back to our bridal special on I Love Style with me, Karishma Naina. They've created wedding sensations for some of the biggest brides this nation has ever seen. Find out how Shantanu and Nikhil put the magic into designing that fantasy experience in our karmic Stylicious sessions. And in Style Redefined, even wedding accessories can get quirky. And now our lady from the world of fashion and style is all ready to pronounce her 7 deadly style sins.
It's wedding season, darling, and you're the star of the show. Hi, I'm Colleen, and today I'm going to tell you about the 7 deadly style sins to avoid on your big day. First deadly sin is don't use the same makeup artist as your mum did. Layers of foundation, shimmery eyes, all that is out. Look modern, look young, look like yourself in your pictures. Secondly, don't do drastic things with your hair just before your wedding day, like no perms, drastic color, straightening. If you want to try that, start a year in advance. You don't want a runaway groom on your wedding day. Don't be a fashion victim. You don't have to follow the trend. Figure out your skin tone, see colors that suit you, go with that. You know, actually matching your lipstick to your lehenga can be too much. There is such a thing as too much red. The next deadly sin is asking your makeup artist to make you look fairer than what you actually are. You're going to look grey. Dusky is in, darling. Go with it. Keep in mind, darling, if your husband is vertically challenged, remember, you're going to wear heels and a high bouffant. You don't want to be towering over him. You don't want to look like his mummy. The biggest disaster is to take advice from auntie from Dubai or his sister from New Jersey. You know what you want. Stick with it. Let your wedding planner have the dark circles, not you. You need to spend the day at the spa with your best friend, relax, have a pedicure, massage, look radiant.
It's almost time for our contest of the day. And remember, you have to be in it to win it. But before we do, here's a little Style Redefined to get you thinking outside of the box. It's time to think outside of the fashion box you live in and turn the world upside down as we explore unconventional designers with our Style Redefined.
Hi, I'm Saraf. I'm an accessory designer. We have lots of brides coming to us. They normally get their outfits along with them, and we design a handbag or need be for the destination wedding. They also sometimes ask for funky jewelry because the whole idea is to give the entire ensemble a fun look. So we also do jewelry for them as well. The modern bride, if she has a destination wedding, she doesn't want to wear something very conventional. She would maybe wear a corset with a flowing lehenga, which is like tapered, like a fishtail kind of a look. And if something is in the tones of blacks and silvers, then maybe we could team up something like this. Is a box clutch I've done with sugar crystals. It's oval and it's got a metallic frame. And these sugar crystals are very special. They don't entangle with their outfit. That's a very important aspect of any element used on an accessory. And with that, I've designed this necklace, which is like a lead-free, nickel-free piece of jewelry. It's got an element of kundan and it's got this huge oval bead, and put together over a simple black and silver outfit. It just kind of makes a statement, and the bride are like free and not too loaded with too many things. The modern bride today, I don't think just goes for those traditional jaraos or those traditional diamonds and those heavy pieces of jewelry. Of course, they are a form of investment, but they also look out for fun pieces of jewelry which they can just wear and enjoy themselves. And like for example, if they're wearing a corset with a palazzo and or a bikini, sequin bikini top with a achkan on top and a palazzo at the bottom, they could just maybe carry this kind of a gold clutch, which is very Indian in nature, but it's European in shape and size, It's like a folder clutch, and then the jewelry to go with it would be something like this, which is Indian, but yet it's got a very international appeal. The reason being the nature of the chains that are used and the little elements that we've given with kundan, and she can get going. I have requirements of various kinds when it comes to designing. Sometimes what happens that the brides, they like a piece of a little clutch so much, they want to design the outfits depending upon the clutch they've identified. So it's very overwhelming when such instances happen, you know, because here the tables are being turned, rules are being bent, and accessories being identified before the clothing. So it's very overwhelming for the designer when such instances happen. There are some classics with me that I've been selling those pieces ever since I began. Like for example, this kundan look. It might be looking old, traditional, jaded, but I have a requirement for this since I've ever begun. The reason being kundan is very close to an Indian's heart. Sometimes what happens is if I made a structured simple clutch with a kundan or any other piece, and if the client is wanting a huge unstructured tote, which I normally don't design, but of course I'm equipped to do it. So I do oblige my clients by making a tote out of it. My collection is very utility based, and because it's very important, you can't be carrying a very tiny clutch in which you can barely fit it one lipstick and a little credit card, and because a modern working woman has more in her bag than one can even dream of. It's like she's carrying a little life in her handbag. Like sometimes what happens is women straight from work go to for a night out and go to a party. A bag has to have some capacity. So my bags are very utility based, and they're very unique because my work is an amalgamation of elements. I put two and two together and create a little story, and that story is now pasted on my bag.
And now it's time to head into our competition for the day. Answer this question and you can win a karmic voucher. Now, what's the last thing that a woman puts on before she steps out? Think about it. It's time for a quick break, but make sure you stay tuned because we have a very special karmic stylicious segment in store for you today as Shantanu and Nikhil explore the ever-changing bride.
The Indian bride has changed a lot.
Yes.
She's now wearing gowns for receptions in Sangeet, which was never the case 5 years ago, or even 3 years ago for that matter. So while that mindset has changed, she comes in with a whole new idea of what she wants to look like.